everyone, and happy April. Instead of April Fools, I thought we could focus on some April wisdom and doing what is right for ourselves and for everyone out there. And so I'm going to start with this cleansing breath that I do every single morning. It engages a series of locks that you hold within your body, and it really opens and cleanses up that middle area where all of your vital organs are. So it's just something you can do every single morning. It strengthens that core, it opens things up, it also strengthens your lungs because you're not holding your breath, you're suspending your breath. There's a big difference. And you never work to like where you're feeling like you're gonna gasp and die from lack of breath, but it's a good way to suspend that breath and feel that peace that comes in that absence of actively breathing. And we're gonna clench in, I'll walk you through it. So we're gonna come to our mats, stepping hip distance or wider than hip distance, so like wider than shoulder distance, nice and sturdy and flat on our feet. And we're gonna bend and just touch our knees. And so we've got that nice straight back. And we're gonna inhale, sort of like you're doing your cat-cow. So you're gonna inhale, fill up, let that belly really be loose though. And as you exhale, we're gonna push all that air up, and as we round and bring our chin to our chest, we're bringing up everything. We're clenching it all up, thinking of just bunching all of that in. You're pulling your belly button all the way back to your spine. You're pulling in everything. Kind of think of it as like up and in and scooping it up and then holding that, not in a tight way, but just ceasing the breath for a few seconds. And then gently, don't gasp and release, but gently fill with that breath again. So let's go ahead and try it. And when you scoop that breath out, you want to do it quickly and really with a lot of energy. So you're not just sort of exhaling, you're pushing that air out fast and hard and bringing everything up and in and holding it out. So inhale and exhale. And then very gently releasing. So you push it way out, hold everything kind of up, back, and in. And I do this in the morning in my closet in front of the mirror, and no one's around. You can really do it without your shirt on and see how you're just pulling those muscles in and holding everything in and up and wringing out. And it's this kind of strong motion of really cleansing out from the inside. So let's do it again. Inhale. And force it out on that exhale. And then you can unlock that chin as you gently release and inhale. So when you're holding it in with that belly button tucked in, you're also tucking that chin into your chest. Really squeezing everything in and up, holding, just suspending that breath. There's not any tension or fear or anything involved in it. It's just that strong ringing and then releasing and letting the air just rush back in. And so I do this several times each morning. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And so on that exhale, you're even going to hear it, that forceful whoosh of that air as it's leaving. So it's a good way to just start that day with strength, strengthen the lungs, strengthen the core, wringing out everything. I hope you try it. And now in the name of wisdom on this day, not of fools, on this first day of April, let's do a little pose that is called sage. And you can get some twisting out of it. You can definitely get some stretching out of it. And it's also just a time to sit still, hold the pose, surrender to the pose, and gain the wisdom that comes from doing so, listening to that body. So we're going to come back. This is called staff pose. When you're sitting with your feet flexed, your heels are grounded to that earth, those toes are coming back towards you, legs are straight. We're sitting on those sitting bones, we're up nice and tall, and we're just in those two lines of energy, like a letter L. We're straight up, crown of the head to the heavens, and those heels are ground into the earth with those toes gently flexing back towards us. This is our staff pose. Just sitting here with that belly button tucked in, we're getting excellent core work, and we can just sit here and gain the benefits of this pose. So feel free to do this when you're just sitting around. Engage. Don't just, slump and laze. Actually bring up that heart and that sternum, raise it up high, bring those toes back towards you. And then if you like, you can always stretch forward, and you're getting that hamstring and that calf stretch. And you can keep your hands in contact with your legs or your feet along the way, always keeping that spine nice and straight and that heart momentum coming forward as you lay that belly on your thighs. And it doesn't matter how far down you come, as long as you keep the integrity of that pose, that nice straight spine, that heart coming forward. And if this is your stretch, then you can just relax your neck towards your chest, and you'll come down maybe a little deeper with time. Practice every single day. But for the stage, we're gonna keep that right heel tucked into the mat, and then we're gonna bring in that left heel close back to that bottom and just hug it in. That foot is flat. Nice, tall. We're still tall in that spine, sitting up straight. Just breathing here, getting some work. And then we're gonna drop that left shoulder inside that left knee, but keep that knee tucked up against the shoulder. Don't let it sag out to the side. Try to keep it nice and tucked in. And then we're gonna just walk our hands down our right leg, getting that forward fold. Again, heart momentum coming forward, straight spine as we come down over that right leg. And it doesn't matter how far down you come. It's just keeping that heel is grounded to the earth, those toes coming back towards you as we lean forward. We're beginning the sage pose. And the sages were those wise thinkers of old. And then if you want to even extend that pose even further, you can take that left arm and we're going to wrap it around that leg and just resting that palm on the back of that hip. And then if you want to complete it, we can take that right hand back behind you, and then we're going to interlace or just clasp those fingers, not interlace, clasp them. Just clasping those fingertips. Then if you sit back up nice and tall without your hair being caught in your arms, then you're holding that leg up against you with those fingers, and I'll turn towards the side so you can see it. Those fingertips are clasped, and you sit up nice and straight again. And that heel is still grounded to the earth out in front of you with those right toes coming back, and that heart is lifted up high, and you're squeezing in that left knee. And just breathe here. You're getting a shoulder opening as well. And then gently, we want to gently unfold everything. And as you come forward, you can just roll those legs back and forth like rolling pins. Let those heels just roll back and forth. You can take your knees and just splat them down onto your mat and get that utter relaxation. And then we'll go for the opposite side. So we're gonna bring in that right heel and bring it really close to your bottom, hugging it close. And you can stay right here. And make sure your toes are pressed down too of this foot. And then that left foot this time, that left heel is ground into the earth, and those toes are coming back towards us, and we're sitting up nice and tall here. Right here you're gaining that good benefit of that core getting strong. That heart is tall and open. And see your forehead is smooth. And the true sage knows when to release thought and sink into the breath. Release stress. Think of this as this clean slate, this new month. April, here at last. Spring, opening all around us. Health, there for us to take charge of. All helping each other. Staying home, flattening the curve, taking care, looking for helpers, and being a helper. All of that. And then we can take that next step if you like, keeping that right knee towards that shoulder as much as possible, not letting it flop out too far, keeping it nice and tucked in. And then we're just gonna walk down over that left leg. Doesn't matter how far, you'll come further with practice. The heart momentum, reaching forward. That heel ground into the earth and those toes coming back towards you. And then if you want to finish it, wrap that right arm this time around and just relax the palm open on the back of that hip. Take that left arm around, and then as you sit back up, those fingertips are clasped behind you. You're getting a nice opening from that right shoulder this time. Really releasing through it. It's like an awesome stretch, especially for those of us who work so much that our shoulders get clenched, which is pretty much all of us. Shoulders, that weight of the world syndrome that you think you carry the weight of the world. Just let everything slide off and relax. Feel that forehead smooth out. Feel those muscles around your eyes relax. Sitting up nice and tall. Breathing deeply into that belly. And then gently release. And again, take those legs and just roll them out, tap them. You can pick up one hip as you roll to the side. Pick up the other hip. You're gonna get a release to that low back as you do this. Just gently rolling back and forth. You can take both of those heels, press down into the earth together, feet together, toes coming back towards you. And again, just walk forward into that forward fold. Doesn't matter how far forward you come, just keep that nice straight spine, shoulders back, down away from the ears, heart momentum reaching forward. Keep those hands in contact with the leg or the foot. Feel that stretch, feel that lengthening of those hamstrings. You can even lay down. And then lead with that chin as we rise back up. And remember that this tall staff position is also great core work. You can sit here and just breathe in. Breathe in that wisdom. Breathe in all that we're doing for one another, using our minds, using our hearts. No April Fools here. That light that shines in me, honors light shining in all of you. It unites us all. Namaste. Have a beautiful April.